County Referral Hospital for medical attention. So, Mr. Speaker, on this regard, I would like to inquire about the status of the upgrading of Maralal Baragoi South Road to bitumen standards, stating when the upgrading process will commence, confirmation of the budgetary allocation and measures taken to ensure that the safety of road users in the interim, given the increased risk of banditry in the area, due to the status of this road. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you. Honorable CS.
Mr. Speaker, I sympathize with my friend, Senator Lelegwe, Senator Dr. Lelegwe, on this situation. We were with him in another function where the governor spoke about it also emotionally. The road from Maralal to Baragoi is 100 kilometers, Mr. Speaker. And 100 kilometers is not easy to tarmac in such areas. But it is also scientifically proven that when the roads are paved, it improves security issues. That is the true in the northern part of the country. That's true in sites of Turkana. Mr. Speaker, we have a plan to make sure that we improve this road of Maralal Baragoi. We have a road from Churo, Amaya, through this Tangul Bay up to Laikipia, where Senator John comes from. The road also from Baringo there up to Turkana through Loruk to Lokichar. Mr. Speaker, as part of key security issues to deal with security problems in the country, I have told my the Kenya to work on designs on all these key security roads that help us to deal with banditry in Kerio Valley. And our hope is that because of the budgetary constraints, we want to work with some of our development partners, which Uma have mentioned too, to see if they can do what we are doing together in the northeastern part of the country, in the Kerio Valley region, as one way of opening the road. But in the interim, the senator and the leadership of the Senator, Honorable Etipila, the governor, have all approached me to say we need perhaps a shorter measure in terms of maintenance of the road. This Friday, Mr. Speaker, I'll be visiting the area and we will go with Senator Lelegwe and the other elected leaders in the place to see the status. And we are working in the office to get emergency resources to make sure that we maintain that place. We will also be working with Senator Kindiki, the CS Interior, to see how security will be provided to the contractors so that they quickly improve the road to make it a bit motorable and safe for people to drive a bit faster to evade the bandits. Mr. Speaker, it must also get, we must not lose the fact that the real problem is banditry, okay? The road network helps us is one of the ways of dealing with the effects of banditry. The government is doing everything possible, and the CS Interior has been there many times to deal with the question of banditry. And as a leader from that Kerio Valley region, I am very, very concerned, and we're working together to see what ways and how my ministry can contribute in the combating this disease of banditry. I commiserate with my friend, Senator Lelegwe, for the loss of his friend, the MCA, and Pole to the people of Samburu and Kerio Valley region at large. And I hope that as the government, as we promised, we will deal with banditry with finality. I thank you.
Thank you, CS. There was a question number 15, which was asked by the Senator for Kitui County, and he left the Senator for Makueni County to believe his belief. So can you ask his supplementary question, just one?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on question number 15, and in fact, 14, both of them came from a senator for Kitui.
15 only, you asked 14. You asked supplementary question
15.
14. Just under 15.
Yes, 15, there is Sekuru and Mutomo airstrips, and also the airstrip at Ithokwe. Those three airstrips, Mr. Speaker, are used for in case of a medical emergency evacuations, and they have been in existence. And I heard the answer the minister gave. Could the minister indicate as to the plans of at least doing earthfill so that they can be used for emergency purposes while we await the major plan he has given us on that particular one. And finally, on the question number 14, which had asked about the compensation in Kibwezi road all the way to Sekuru, could the minister, on that particular compensation, understanding that this was a company, a country to country dealing, is it possible then to have a PPP so that the residents from Kibwezi all the way to Sekuru can be compensated on the roads land which was taken away from them, since the constitution expects that anticipates that the people should be compensated before the works begin.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with the Senator Manzo on the prompt and adequate compensation. And Mr. Speaker, as I said earlier, we shouldn't be in this situation if we recast our budgetary approach. We shouldn't be able to be in this situation, but now we are because of how we are managing our budgetary process. I promise you that should the resources herein announced earlier, which is about 100 billion, be given to the road sector, I believe, Mr. Speaker, that we will be able to compensate those people who have stayed for long. For the airstrip, Sekuru airstrip, I agree. We should be, and I've consulted the MD who is sitting here next to me, we should be able to do the maintenance to a good gravel standard for the time being as we work on these contractual issues that we are dealing with. And I promise that we will do that. Thank you, Senator.
Next is Senator, who is this? Olekina Redama. And Honorable Senators, Senator Ngrudia, why do you always like to be disorderly in this house? What I was saying is that we have another CS education who is coming before the Senate to answer his questions. It's already a quarter to noon. So kindly indulge me to just get 2 senators from this side and 2 from this side, then we close this business.
Mheshimiwa Spika, naweza endelea? May I proceed?
Yes, and already.
Mheshimiwa Spika, asante kwa kunipa nafasi hii ili niweze kumuuliza Mheshimiwa Murkomen swali. Mheshimiwa Spika, jumba letu la Seneti ni jumba ambalo zinahifadhi kumbukumbu na pia rekodi za kila jambo ambayo tunafanya hapa. Nikimnukuu Mheshimiwa Murkomen, wakati alipokuja hapa alisema kwamba barabara kutoka Ngong mpaka Suswa, contractor atakwenda kule kwa wiki 2. Kwa sasa Mheshimiwa Spika, imekuwa miezi 7 tangu Mheshimiwa Murkomen alipokuwa hapa. Je, kweli ikiwa kumbukumbu ile ambaye itahifadhiwa katika jumba letu la Seneti ni ile ya kusema ya kwamba contractor atakwenda katika wiki 2, na mpaka sasa hii barabara ambaye ni kilomita 6 peke yake imebaki iweze kumalizika, sehemu kidogo daraja, sehemu kidogo mahali ambapo kuna mawe ambayo inatakiwa iondolewe, ili tupate njia nyingine ambayo watu ambao wanaosafiri kwenda south, kusini, ambao wanayekwenda Narok, wanayekwenda Migori, wanayekwenda Kisumu wanaweza kutumia. Mheshimiwa Spika, ningemuomba
malizia swali yako.
Ningemuomba
moja kwa moja
Mheshimiwa Murkomen akikumbuka ya kwamba akisimama hapa jumba hili zina kumbukumbu, aweze kutueleza ukweli ya kwamba hii barabara ya Suswa Ngong itamalizika lini.
Samahani Senator Redama, kuna hoja ya nidhamu kutoka kwa Senator wa Garissa.
Unajua Kiswahili wewe?
Asante Bwana Spika. Umesikia Bwana Spika mwenzangu akiuliza kama najua Kiswahili, kwani anamaanisha mimi si Mkenya? Swali aina gani hiyo Bwana Spika? Bwana hoja si swali. Hoja yangu Bwana Spika, nimemsikia akiongea vizuri sana hapa, lakini anataka afafanue na tueleze kwa Kiswahili wiki mawili ni nini, anamaanisha nini? Hiyo ndo swali yangu.
Lendama Orikina, eleza mawiki mawili.
Mheshimiwa Spika, mwenzangu Mheshimiwa Senator Abdul ni mchungaji kama mimi Swahili ilikuja na meli ama na nini, what do you call this train na reli. So mimi sitaki kupoteza swali langu Mheshimiwa Spika, swali langu ni swali nyeti sana.
Sasa uliza swali moja kwa moja.
Swali yangu nimeuliza moja kwa moja. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunilinda. Mheshimiwa Murkomen alipokuja hapa alitueleza kwamba mkandarasi ataingia katika ile barabara kwa wiki 2. Je, hii kweli ni ungwana? Mpaka sasa miezi 7 hii barabara ambaye ni kilomita 6 peke yake.
Waziri amesikia. Waziri, jibu hilo swali.
Mheshimiwa Spika, ni kweli kwamba nilisema kwa muda wa wiki 2 tutakuwa na mwanakandarasi atakuwa amerejea kufanya ile kazi ya barabara ya Suswa kwenda Ngong ama Ngong kwenda Suswa. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu ambazo nimeeleza hapo awali, kulingana inahusiana na mambo ya kifedha na aswa mambo ya bajeti. Mheshimiwa Spika, hatukuweza kumrudisha ama kumrejesha ule mwanakandarasi arudi barabarani kwa sababu yeye alisema kwamba kati ya pesa ambazo hatujalipa ambayo ni milioni 600 alihitaji zaidi ya yale ambayo yaliwekwa kwa bajeti. Mheshimiwa Spika, ilitubidi tuendelee na mazungumzo na tuna imani ya kwamba hivi karibuni huyo contractor atarejea barabarani. Ninajichunga sana kwa sababu sitaki kurudia kusema wiki 2 kwa sababu siku hiyo alikuwa amekubali kurudi kwa wiki 2, lakini pia tulipatwa na shida ya kuisha wakati wa kandarasi, na sasa tumeandikishana pamoja na contractor na ataweza kurudi barabarani. Bwana Spika, ni tunavyo amekaa kitete kwa hii barabara na yeye amekataa kabisa. Mr. Speaker, amekataa kabisa Mr. Speaker. Na sio na yeye amekwama kwa hii barabara tangu tukue mashinani na yeye na tukiwa hapa kwa bunge. Nampongeza kwa sababu anaendelea kushikilia kusukuma barabara hiyo, lakini namuomba atupatie muda kidogo tu tutafute hiyo hela alafu tuweze tukarudisha huyo contractor. Na sio yeye peke yake, Senator wa Kisii, Senator wa Nyamira na viongozi kutoka sehemu hiyo na Bomet, Senator wa Bomet wamekuwa wakinisukuma kuhakikisha kwamba hiyo barabara inaweza kufunguliwa kwa sababu ile ya Mai Mahiu inawaletea shida kubwa sana. Asante sana.
Senator Bugwa Mugai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like the Cabinet Secretary to tell this House what became of the road maintenance levy which used to go to the counties, and what happens to the pending bills which were awarded for the contracts and the road maintenance levy by the counties, and the contractors have never been paid because the program is like suspended or something. Thank you.
Sorry, before the CS, what is your point of order, Senator King?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your decision of two senators from this side and 2 senators from that side, Mr. Speaker, I am not challenging your decision, but it is in it's obvious we are the majority, Mr. Speaker. We should be given 3 senators and 2 senators from the other side, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed, Senator Bugwa. Oh, okay, respond, yes.
Mr. Speaker, it is not possible that any county incurred beyond a given financial year. Road maintenance levy is only capped for that financial year. So for the year that the county was given, that is the year they spent. The problem is that because it is not for construction, it's for maintenance. And maintenance is based on annual allocation. So it's not possible that there's a county that did the same. It would only have been possible if it was development money. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next is Senator Okech.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
In exactly 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my supplementary question is actually very direct on the question that was asked the CS on what measures are in place to ensure that proper maintenance of roads in sugarcane growing regions are well maintained, and whether there is any plans to actually compensate all people affected during those road accidents. And when I CS, I know that you did indicate when you are
one question, candidate.
no, I was referring to the question. So my question is only one, that the CS had actually talked about, the fact that there is no much money to be able to maintain these roads. I just wanted the CS to put a case for prioritization to tell this house whether there's priority in terms of those roads, particularly the road in Migori, that comes from Migori town, coming all the way to Kisii, because that road in particular, Buana CS, has got no proper signages, has got no proper markings. And you can remember CS that last year, it led to 2 serious accidents in town involving not only the sugarcane trucks, but also other trucks that rammed into the people in town because of lack of those demarcations on bumps, as well as proper signages on that particular road, Migori Kisii Road. It's a major concern, and whether those people are going to be compensated, those people in those accidents can be compensated in Migori.
Okay,
thank you, CS.
CS.
The Speaker, on the maintenance, I had addressed that issue on the sugarcane growing areas, very important sector. Mr. Speaker, I think when we come with that policy that I said earlier of increasing the allocation, can you imagine that only 60 billion is chasing all the roads, Kena, Kura, and Kera? We will then be able to scale our activities in terms of maintenance of the roads. Meanwhile, what is available now, we are using them. But also, because county collects cess from the sugar factories and farmers and all that, I think it's important also to put them under pressure to make sure that the other roads are maintained within the county. Senator Eddy is passionate about this issue, and he has discussed with me, Mr. Speaker, several occasions. I think what we need to do is to upscale also the civic education related issues. Training and awareness for the owners and the tractor owners and the company owners. If the companies took responsibility for safety measures, not leave it to NTSA or to leave to the ministry, so that safety is an important. Let me give you an example. After Sachangwan accident, most of the oil marketing companies took responsibility, including establishing vehicular telematics in their offices, and they're able to monitor their trucks from Mombasa to the border. And you've seen there's a major reduction in road accidents involving oil tankers. There's also some companies like Bamburu Cement. They have clear vehicular telematics. Their lorries are rarely involved in accidents because they monitor them. I wish the sugar companies should be able also, and the sugar growing, cooperatives, should be able to put also safety as a very important factor in terms of measure on their doing what they do. Unfortunately, we don't have compensation mechanism for road accidents in the country, except for their claims through insurance.
I can see Senator Ezena, your intervention. What, do you have a point of order? What is it?
No, Mr. Speaker, it's not a point of order, it's a point of information.
Who are you informing?
The Honorable CS, please.
No, no. Okay, proceed and inform me.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I'd like to appreciate the Honorable CS for listening to us and responding on the issue of Maralal Baragoi Road. If you remember correctly, I spoke about the issue to you before even you were sworn in. And I told you that the best thing you can do for Samburu is give us at least 2 roads, if not 1. And Honorable CS, the last time we had a meeting on the very dire insecurity issue in Samburu with the Minister for the CS for Interior, Honorable Kindiki, I am actually the one who raised the issue and requested for a road and for the 2 of you to work in partnership as a matter of urgency, dire urgency. Because I'm very sure there is a lot of issues across the country, like you've spoken about on roads. And
The information
they are,
that you want to pass, that the road is still.
Honorable Speaker, no. I just want the CS to at least treat our case and situation as a matter of urgency because it is involving loss of lives in Samburu County. And that is the same thing that led me from opposition, a leader from opposition, to go and seek the president recently in Osain in Kilgoris for the same road to be tarmacked. So for me as a pastoralist to swallow my pride and beg the president for a road, I implore the CS as a fellow pastoralist to treat that matter with the urgency and seriousness it deserves. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You know, Senator Zena, I told you that you are representing a very critical constituency called the youth. So I just give you time to empower you and other youth. Otherwise, I could have disconnected you, but I gave you. No.
Thank you.
Yes, sure. So, CS, I think it's just to note that, but you can just take 30 seconds.
It is true what Senator Zena is saying. She spoke to me about this road also. And it's also true that even before the funeral, we met somewhere and he spoke to me about the same road. And so it is also true, Mr. Speaker, that she spoke in the meeting to the president. It is not true that she has to be in government for her to represent the people of Samburu or Kenya. Mr. Speaker, the position I hold is apolitical, and the responsibility of the state and government is to serve all Kenyans, regardless of their political affiliations. So I do not wish the senator to be apologetic when she's raising issues that are affecting Samburu. But also I want to challenge the senator that she's not representing Samburu. She's representing all the youth of the Republic in this chamber. And a pain anywhere in the country should be a pain. Any part of the country should be a pain in the entire nation. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, CS, honorable senators. Because of the next 1 hour, we listen to the CS education. I therefore kindly request that whoever has any other question, the CS is available. Just do the normal questions, and then the CS will come back again to answer the supplementary questions from the senators. So kindly, for the respect of the other CS who has been here since morning, Honorable CS Loans and Transport, thank you very much for appearing before the Senate, and continue appearing many times. You see, loans, the screen is full because many senators have a lot of questions, especially on loan matters. So thank you very much.